Hey everyone, welcome back to SwitchTop. Today we're talking about the top 30 best games you can play on Nintendo Switch and the upcoming Switch 2 in 2025. These games show why Nintendo's console is still amazing after all these years. I've played all of these games myself and I'm excited to share why they're so special. Let's jump right in. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. This game gives you two different Mario experiences in one package. The main game is Super Mario 3D World, where you run and jump through colorful levels with friends or alone. You can play as Mario, Luigi, Peach, or Toad, and each character moves differently. The best part is the cat suit power-up that lets you climb walls and scratch enemies. But the real surprise is Bowser's Fury, which is like a mini open world Mario game. Here, Bowser becomes giant and angry, and you have to collect cat shines to calm him down. You can explore a big lake area freely, and when giant Bowser shows up, you turn into giant cat Mario to fight him. The graphics look great on both regular Switch and will look even better on Switch 2. It's perfect for families because up to 4 people can play together, and if someone gets stuck, others can help them through tough parts. Splatoon 3 is a shooting game, but instead of bullets, you shoot colorful ink everywhere. The main goal is to cover more ground with your team's ink color than the other team. You play as an inkling who can turn into a squid and swim through your own ink to move faster and hide from enemies. The game takes place in a desert world called Splatlands, and the hub area is a city called Splatsville. You can choose from many different weapons like paint rollers, sniper rifles that shoot ink, and even bow and arrows. Each weapon feels completely different to use. The story mode has you fighting against fuzzy creatures that are covering the world, and you learn about the history of this colorful world. There's also Salmon Run, where you team up with 3 other players to fight giant salmon creatures and collect their eggs. The game gets regular updates with new weapons, maps, and special events called Splatfests, where you pick a team and battle it out. Metroid Dread brings back the classic side-scrolling Metroid gameplay that fans love. You play as Samus, a space bounty hunter in a power suit who lands on planet ZDR to investigate a signal. The planet has deadly robots called Emmy that hunt you down, and you have to hide or run when you see them because they can kill you in one hit. Most of the time though, you're exploring the underground areas, shooting alien creatures, and finding power-ups that let you reach new areas. You start weak, but as you find missiles, energy tanks, and new abilities, like the Morph Ball, you become stronger. The story reveals that Samus has special powers connected to an ancient race called the Chozo. The game has amazing boss fights where you have to learn attack patterns and counterattack at the right time. The graphics are some of the best on Switch, with smooth animations and detailed environments. It's challenging but fair, and when you finally beat a tough section, it feels really rewarding. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. This is a massive role-playing game that takes place on the bodies of 2 giant frozen gods called Bionis and Mechonis. You play as Shulk, a young researcher who gains a powerful sword called the Monado after his colony is attacked by robots from the other Titan. The story is about revenge at first, but it becomes much deeper as you learn about the world's history and the connection between organic life and machines. The combat system lets you control one character while your party members fight automatically, but you can use special arts and chain attacks to deal huge damage. You spend a lot of time exploring massive areas, doing quests for people, and finding rare materials to upgrade your equipment. Each area is huge and filled with unique creatures, some peaceful and others that will attack you. The music is incredible and really makes you feel like you're on an epic adventure. This definitive edition includes extra story content and improved graphics that make the world even more beautiful to explore. Bayonetta 3 is an action game where you play as a witch with magical hair who fights angels and demons. The story follows Bayonetta as she travels to different dimensions to stop creatures called homunculi from destroying all realities. What makes this game special is how smooth and stylish the combat feels. You can punch and kick enemies, but your hair also turns into giant fists and feet to attack. The new addition is Demon Masquerade, which lets Bayonetta transform into powerful demons like a giant butterfly or a spider. You can also summon massive demons to fight alongside you, and some battles have you controlling these huge creatures directly. The game is full of over-the-top action scenes where you might be fighting on top of a train or battling a boss the size of a building. Each level has different challenges and puzzles to solve between fights. The difficulty can be adjusted so new players can enjoy the story, while experienced players can face tougher challenges. The graphics are colorful and detailed, making every fight look like a crazy action movie. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. This is Kirby's first full 3D adventure, and it's absolutely charming. Kirby gets sucked into a portal and ends up in a post-apocalyptic world where nature has taken over abandoned cities and shopping malls. The story is simple but sweet. Kirby needs to rescue Waddle Dees that have been captured by a group called the Beast Pack. Kirby's main ability is inhaling enemies and copying their powers, just like in other Kirby games. But this time he can also use mouthful mode, where he stretches his mouth to swallow huge objects like cars, vending machines, or even traffic cones. When he does this, he gains new abilities. Swallowing a car lets you drive around and break through walls, while swallowing a light bulb lets you illuminate dark areas. The levels are designed like obstacle courses with secrets hidden everywhere. You collect Waddle Dees by exploring and completing challenges, and they help rebuild Waddle Dee Town, which serves as your hub area. Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition on Nintendo Switch 2 delivers an impressive portable experience of CD Projekt Red's massive open-world RPG, complete with the Phantom Liberty expansion. Optimized for the new hardware, it offers two performance modes, quality for stable visuals and performance for higher frame rates, ensuring smooth gameplay in both handheld and docked modes. The Switch 2 version introduces exclusive features like gyro aiming, touchscreen support, and mouse mode precision using the Joy-Con, adding a new layer of immersion. Visual fidelity has been notably enhanced with improved lighting and environmental detail, while load times are significantly reduced. Full cross-save functionality lets players continue their journey seamlessly across platforms. Whether you're navigating Night City's dense streets or taking on high-octane missions, this edition stands out as a technical achievement on a handheld system. It's a polished, content-rich version that brings the entire Cyberpunk experience to the Switch 2 with surprising depth and fluidity.
One shot! One bite! У меня для тебя подарок! Я его зацепил! Hey! Watch it! Take this!
Pikmin 4 is a strategy game where you command tiny plant-like creatures called Pikmin to solve puzzles and fight enemies. You play as a space explorer who crashes on a mysterious planet while searching for other castaways. The Pikmin are adorable creatures that follow your orders. Red Pikmin are strong against fire, blue ones can go in water, and yellow ones conduct electricity. The big new addition is Ochi, your space dog companion who can carry you and your Pikmin around, break down walls, and even fight enemies. The game has a day and night cycle, but unlike older Pikmin games, you don't have a strict time limit, so you can explore at your own pace. During the day, you explore overground areas and caves, collecting treasures and rescuing castaways. At night, you can do special missions where you defend your base from attacking creatures. The controls are much easier than previous games, especially in handheld mode where you can use touch controls to direct your Pikmin. The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. This Zelda game is different because you don't play as Link. Instead, you play as Princess Zelda herself. The story begins when strange rifts appear across Hyrule, swallowing up people and places, including Link, who disappears while trying to save Zelda. Now it's up to Zelda to save the kingdom using a special staff called the Tri-Rod that can create echoes, copies of objects and creatures. Instead of using a sword, Zelda solves problems by copying things she's seen before. See a boulder? Copy it to weigh down a switch. Find a friendly monster? copy it to fight other enemies for you. The game encourages creative problem solving because there are usually multiple ways to overcome obstacles. You can copy beds to create platforms, copy fire to light torches, or copy monsters to build an army. The art style looks like a painting come to life, similar to Link's Awakening Remake. As you explore Hyrule, you discover that the rifts are connected to a mysterious force that threatens to consume everything. The game has traditional Zelda dungeons with puzzles, but your Echo abilities make them feel fresh and new. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is the perfect ending to an incredible trilogy of role-playing games. The story brings together the worlds from the first two games, where two nations called Kevis and Agnus are locked in an endless war. Soldiers from both sides only live for 10 years before their time runs out, and they're taught that fighting is their only purpose. You control 6 main characters, 3 from each side, who discover they can work together and question everything they've been told about their world. The combat system lets you switch between different classes and jobs, so each character can learn new abilities and fighting style. The most exciting feature is Ouroboros forms, where two characters can combine into a powerful giant form with devastating attacks. The world is absolutely massive, with huge areas to explore that are filled with side quests and secrets. The story deals with heavy themes like war, identity, and finding hope in dark times, but it's told in a way that's engaging and emotional. The music is some of the best you'll ever hear in a video game, with songs that perfectly match every dramatic moment. Octopath Traveler 2 is a turn-based RPG that looks like a beautiful painting brought to life. You choose one of 8 different characters to start with, each having their own personal story and reasons for traveling. There's Oswald the Scholar seeking revenge, Cassie the Apothecary who lost her memory, and Throne the Thief trying to escape her past, among others. The combat system uses something called the boost system, where you can save up boost points to make your attacks more powerful or hit multiple times. Each character has path actions that let them interact with NPCs differently. Some can challenge people to fights, others can steal items or gather information. What makes this game special is how all 8 stories eventually connect in surprising ways. The graphics use a mix of 2D sprites and 3D backgrounds that creates this gorgeous HD 2D art style that looks amazing on both Switch and will be even better on Switch 2. You can play the stories in any order you want, and each character brings something unique to your party. The music is absolutely incredible and really makes every moment feel epic.
Here I come. My blade sings.
Persona 5 Royal is about a high school student who moves to Tokyo and discovers he can enter people's hearts to change their evil desires. You and your friends become the Phantom Thieves, targeting corrupt adults who abuse their power. During the day, you go to school, hang out with friends, and build relationships that make you stronger in battle. At night, you explore palaces, which are twisted versions of how evil people see the world. The combat is turn-based, where you summon creatures called personas to fight for you, and hitting enemy weaknesses gives you extra turns. The game is split between daily life simulation and dungeon crawling, and both parts are equally important. You have to manage your time carefully because every day matters. You can study to get smarter, work part-time jobs for money, or spend time with friends to unlock new abilities. The story deals with serious topics like abuse of power and standing up for what's right, but it's told through stylish anime-inspired visuals and an amazing jazz soundtrack. Super Mario Party Jamboree is the biggest Mario Party game ever made, with over 110 minigames and 7 different board game maps to play on. Up to 4 players take turns moving around boards, collecting coins and stars while playing quick minigames between each round. The minigames are the heart of the experience. Some test your reflexes, others require teamwork, and many are just pure silly fun. New additions include Koopathon mode, where up to 20 players can compete online in a relay race of minigames, and Bowser Kaboom Squad, where you team up to take down a giant mechanical Bowser. Each board has its own theme and special mechanics like Rainbow Galleria, where you buy and sell items in shops, or Mega Wiggler's Tree Party, where the board changes as a giant caterpillar moves around. The game supports motion controls, button controls, and even lets you play some games with just one Joy-Con, making it perfect for parties. There are also rhythm games, racing mini-games, and puzzle challenges that keep things fresh. Pokemon Legends Arceus takes you back to ancient Sinnoh, called the Hisui region, where people are afraid of Pokemon and the idea of training them is brand new. You play as a member of the Galaxy Expedition Team, whose job is to create the region's first Pokédex by studying Pokemon in their natural habitats. Instead of random encounters, you can see all wild Pokemon roaming around and choose whether to battle them, sneak up to catch them directly, or just observe their behavior. The catching system lets you throw Pokeballs in real time by aiming and timing your throws, making it feel more interactive than traditional games. Combat still uses turn-based battles, but now there's a speed system where faster moves can let you attack twice in a row. You spend most of your time exploring large open areas, completing research tasks like seeing Pokemon use certain moves or catching them at different times of day. The story involves mysterious space-time distortions and alpha Pokemon that are larger and more aggressive than normal. Live Alive is a unique RPG that tells 7 different stories across different time periods, from prehistoric times to the far future. Each chapter has its own main character, art style, and gameplay mechanics that fit the time period perfectly. There's a caveman story told without words, a Wild West tale about a gunslinger, a ninja chapter focused on stealth, and a sci-fi horror story on a spaceship, among others. What's brilliant is how each chapter feels like a different game. The ninja chapter plays like a stealth game where you can avoid all combat, while the wrestler chapter is about learning fighting moves and competing in matches. The combat system is tactical, where positioning on a grid matters just as much as which attacks you choose. After completing all 7 chapters, they connect in a final story that brings together elements from each time period. The game was originally released only in Japan in 1994, but this remake features beautiful HD 2D graphics and full voice acting. Super Mario RPG is a remake of the beloved 1996 game that combined Mario's platforming with traditional RPG elements. The story follows Mario, Peach, and Bowser as they team up to stop an alien weapon called Exor that has taken over Bowser's castle and scattered 7 star pieces across the world. What makes this game special is how it takes Mario characters and puts them in a classic turn-based RPG with levels, equipment, and magic spells. Combat uses timed button presses that let you deal extra damage or reduce incoming damage if you press buttons at the right moment during attacks. Mario can jump on enemies, Peach can heal the party and deal magic damage, and Bowser acts as the heavy hitter with powerful physical attacks. You explore towns, talk to NPCs, solve puzzles, and fight bosses, just like in traditional RPGs, but everything has that classic Mario charm and humor. The remake features completely updated 3D graphics that maintain the original's puppet-like character designs while making everything look modern and colorful. New additions include action figure poses you can unlock and a post-game boss rush mode. Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door is a remake of one of the most beloved GameCube RPGs, where Mario is made of paper in a world that looks like a pop-up book. The story follows Mario as he searches for 7 crystal stars to open the legendary Thousand-Year Door and rescue Princess Peach from the mysterious X-Nauts. What sets this game apart is its incredible writing. It's funny, clever, and full of memorable characters, like Vivian the Shadow Witch and Bobbery the Elderly Babam. The combat system is turn-based, but requires timing button presses to maximize damage or defend effectively, making every battle engaging. Mario gains partners throughout his journey, each with unique abilities both in battle and for solving puzzles in the overworld. You can turn sideways to slip through cracks, roll up into a tube to fit through small spaces, or turn into a paper airplane to cross gaps. The game is structured around chapters that take you to different locations like a wrestling ring, a spooky forest, and a luxury train. Between chapters, you play as Peach trying to escape her captors and Bowser in his own side-scrolling platformer segments. Animal Crossing New Horizons lets you escape to your own tropical island where you can build the perfect getaway at your own pace. You start with just a tent on an empty island, but over time you'll construct buildings, decorate your home, and attract adorable animal villagers to move in. The game follows real time, so seasons change, events happen on actual holidays, and your villagers live their lives even when you're not playing. Every day brings new things to do. You can catch bugs and fish, dig up fossils for the museum, plant flowers and trees, or shop for clothes and furniture. The crafting system lets you make tools, furniture, and decorations using materials you gather around the island. What makes New Horizons special is the terraforming feature that lets you completely reshape your island by moving rivers, creating cliffs, and designing custom paths. You can visit friends' islands online or have them visit yours to trade items and see different island designs. The game added swimming and diving in free updates plus seasonal events throughout the year. Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time, is a life simulation RPG where you can live multiple lives in a magical world. You create a character and choose from different life classes like Paladin, Magician, Cook, or Blacksmith, each with their own skills and activities. The story follows your character as they meet a mysterious girl who has the power to manipulate time, leading to adventures across different worlds and time periods. What makes this game unique is how you can switch between lives freely. You might spend the morning as a miner gathering ore, the afternoon as a blacksmith crafting weapons, and the evening as a cook preparing meals for your friends. Each life has its own progression system with ranks to unlock and master level challenges to complete. Combat lives like Paladin and Hunter let you fight monsters and explore dungeons, while crafting lives focus on creating items and managing resources. The multiplayer lets you team up with friends to tackle tougher challenges, or just hang out and work on your life skills together. The art style is bright and colorful, with charming character designs that bring the fantasy world to life. Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma combines farming simulation with action RPG combat in a beautiful Japanese-inspired setting. You play as a character who discovers they have the power to purify corrupted land and must work with the people of Azuma to restore their world. The farming system lets you grow crops, raise monsters as livestock, and craft items from your harvest, but you'll also need to fight corrupted creatures in real-time combat using swords, magic, and farming tools. What makes this special is how everything connects. The crops you grow can be cooked into meals that boost your combat abilities, the monsters you befriend can help with farm work or fight alongside you, and the relationships you build with townspeople unlock new areas and story content. The romance system lets you build relationships with various characters through daily conversations, gift giving, and helping with their personal problems, eventually leading to marriage and family life. Combat takes place in dungeons filled with corrupted areas that you must purify using your special abilities. Each season brings different crops to grow and festivals to participate in, making the world feel alive and constantly changing. Metroid Prime Remastered brings the classic GameCube game to modern consoles with incredible visual upgrades and improved controls. You play as Samus Aran, a bounty hunter in a high-tech suit exploring the mysterious planet Talon 4. The space pirates have been experimenting with a dangerous substance called Phazon that corrupts everything it touches. The game is a first-person adventure where you scan objects to learn about the world, solve puzzles using different visors and beam weapons, and fight alien creatures. What makes it special is how it perfectly translates 2D Metroid gameplay into 3D. You still get that feeling of gradually unlocking new areas as you gain abilities like the Morph Ball, which lets you roll through small tunnels, or the Space Jump for reaching high platforms. The remaster features stunning updated graphics that make the alien environments look incredible on both Switch and Switch 2. The controls work great with traditional buttons or motion controls, and the lock-on system makes combat feel smooth and responsive. Pokémon Scarlet and Violet on Nintendo Switch 2 received a major performance and visual overhaul that significantly enhances the Paldea adventure. With the version 4.0.0 update, the games now run at a stable 60 FPS in both handheld and docked modes, greatly improving fluidity in battles and exploration. Visual fidelity is also upgraded, offering sharper textures, improved shadows, and cleaner image quality. Areas that once suffered from severe lag, such as Casaroya Lake, now perform smoothly with more Pokémon on screen and extended draw distances. Load times are drastically reduced, making fast travel and world traversal feel seamless. While no new story content is added, this version finally delivers the polished experience fans expected from the start. Enhanced lighting, better animations, and consistent frame pacing breathe new life into the open world, making Pokémon Scarlet and Violet on Switch 2 the definitive way to explore Paldea with clarity, speed, and immersion that matches the game's ambition. Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition brings the Wii U's ambitious sci-fi RPG to Switch with enhanced graphics and new content. The story begins with Earth being destroyed in an alien war, forcing humanity to flee in colony ship. Your ship crashes on the alien planet Mira, and you play as a customizable character who joins Blade, an organization working to establish new Los Angeles and find the missing life hold that contains most of humanity in stasis. The planet is filled with massive creatures and diverse environments, from crystal caves to floating continent. What sets this apart from other Xenoblade games is the focus on exploration and the Skelmechs, giant robots you can pilot to fight huge monsters and traverse the world quickly. The combat system mixes real-time movement with menu-based attacks, and you can switch between ground combat and mech battles seamlessly. You create your own character and can customize their appearance, voice, and fighting style throughout the game. The world is absolutely massive, with 5 different continents to explore, each with its own alien creatures and secret.
Open fire! Follow me!
Target in sight! Shadow strike!
Assault hammer!
Nice! Move in and do some damage!
Flame grenade!
Super Mario Odyssey revolutionized 3D Mario platforming with its capture mechanic and massive sandbox kingdoms. The story follows Mario as he chases Bowser across different worlds to stop him from forcing Princess Peach into marriage. Mario teams up with Cappy, a hat-shaped ghost whose sister has been kidnapped to be Peach's wedding tiara. The capture ability lets Mario throw Cappy to possess enemies and objects, gaining their unique abilities. You can become a T-Rex to smash through blocks, a bullet bill to fly across gaps, or even a tank to blast through obstacles. Each kingdom is like a huge playground filled with power moons to collect, and there are over 800 total moons hidden throughout the game. Some moons require platforming skills, others need puzzle solving, and many are just fun to discover through exploration. The movement system is incredibly fluid, with Mario having more moves than ever before, including new techniques like the hat throw jump and long jump combinations. After beating the main story, each kingdom opens up with tons of additional moons and challenges. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom expands on Breath of the Wild's foundation with new abilities that completely change how you interact with the world. The story begins with Link and Zelda investigating mysterious ruins beneath Hyrule Castle, accidentally awakening the ancient demon king Ganondorf, who escapes and causes Hyrule Castle to rise into the sky. Link falls into the depths of Hyrule and loses his arm, but gains new powers from a mysterious being named Rauru. The world now has 3 layers: the surface from the first game, sky islands floating above, and a vast underground area called the Depths. Your new abilities include Ultra Hand for building contraptions by fusing objects together, Fuse for combining weapons with materials to create unique effects, Ascend for phasing through ceilings, and Recall for reversing object movement through time. These powers create incredible freedom in solving puzzles and navigating the world. You can build vehicles, flying machines, bridges, and complex mechanisms using the physics system. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild revolutionized the Zelda formula with its open-world design and physics-based gameplay. Link awakens after 100 years in a Shrine of Resurrection to find Hyrule in ruins, with Princess Zelda trapped in Hyrule Castle holding back Calamity Ganon. The story is told through recovered memories that gradually reveal what happened during the Great Calamity, when ancient machines called Guardians turned against Hyrule. What makes this game special is its chemistry engine. Fire spreads naturally, metal conducts electricity, and objects react realistically to physics. You can climb almost any surface, glide from high points, and approach objectives from any direction you want. The weapon durability system forces you to constantly try new weapons and think creatively about combat. Weather affects gameplay significantly. Rain makes climbing difficult, lightning strikes metal equipment, and cold requires warm clothes or food. The 4 divine beasts serve as the main dungeons, each with unique mechanics and puzzles. Super Mario Bros. Wonder reinvents 2D Mario with the most creative and surprising platforming in years. The game takes place in the Flower Kingdom, where Mario and friends must stop Bowser from merging with the kingdom using the Wonder Flower's power. The Wonder Flower effects are the game's biggest innovation. Touching them transforms levels in completely unpredictable ways. Pipes might suddenly grow legs and walk around, Mario could turn into a Goomba, gravity might flip upside down, or the entire art style could change into a musical number. These moments create genuine surprise and joy that will make you smile every time. The new elephant power-up lets Mario spray water to grow plants and knock down blocks, while the bubble power-up creates platforms and traps enemies. The badge system adds another layer of customization, letting you equip special abilities like wall jumping or starting levels with power-ups. You can play as Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, or different colored Yoshis and Nabbit, with some characters being easier for newer players. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the ultimate version of one of Nintendo's best racing games, featuring anti-gravity tracks that let you drive on walls and ceiling. The game includes all the original content plus all DLC, giving you 48 tracks and 42 characters to choose from. The anti-gravity sections completely change track design, allowing for impossible loops, spirals, and sections where you're racing upside down. When you bump into other racers in anti-gravity zones, you both get a speed boost instead of slowing down, encouraging aggressive racing. The item system balances competitive play by giving better items to players in lower positions while still letting skilled drivers maintain leads through good racing lines and item management. Data mode returns with dedicated arenas and multiple game types like Balloon Battle, Bomb Blast, and Coin Runner. The game runs at a perfect 60 frames per second in both docked and handheld modes, with support for up to 4 players on one Switch or 12 players online. Smart steering and auto accelerate options make the game accessible to younger players while maintaining the skill ceiling for competitive racing. Mario Kart World on Nintendo Switch 2 redefines the series by introducing a massive interconnected open world where races unfold across varied biomes, seamlessly blending Grand Prix tracks with free exploration. The game supports up to 24 players per race, adding new levels of chaos and competition. Innovative mechanics like wall rides, rail grinds, and unique items such as the Ice Flower and Giant Shrink mushrooms add strategic depth and flair. The Knockout Tour mode offers an intense elimination style challenge, while Free Roam lets players explore at their own pace, encountering wildlife, dynamic weather, and interactive world elements. Although Free Roam lacks multiplayer, the world feels alive with vibrant details and environmental storytelling. Running at a stable 60 FPS in both handheld and docked modes, Mario Kart World delivers smooth performance, crisp visuals, and energetic gameplay. It's a bold evolution that blends the franchise's core racing fun with open-world ambition, offering a fresh and immersive karting experience.
You'll be eliminated. Can you make it all the way to the finish line? You can also freely drive around.
Donkey Kong Bananza on Nintendo Switch 2 marks a bold and creative evolution of the iconic franchise, blending explosive 3D platforming with terrain-shaping mechanics. Developed by the Super Mario Odyssey team, the game takes place beneath Ingot Isle in destructible voxel-style environments. Players can smash through terrain, uncover secrets, and collect Banandium gems to unlock new powers. Pauline plays a central role, using music-based transformations that grant Donkey Kong various forms, like an elephant or ostrich, each offering unique movement and combat abilities. The platforming is fast-paced and intuitive, with tight controls and satisfying verticality. Visually vibrant and full of energy, the game runs at 60 FPS in both handheld and docked modes, with dynamic lighting and rich environmental effects. Critics praised its engaging level design and polished mechanics, though some noted slight repetition late in the game. With charm, creativity, and kinetic momentum, Bananza stands out as a fresh and joyful highlight of the Switch 2 lineup. And that's my list of the top 30 best Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 games for 2025. These games represent the absolute best of what Nintendo has to offer, from innovative gameplay mechanics to incredible worlds to explore. Each one brings something unique to the table while maintaining that Nintendo polish and charm we all love. What games would you put on your list? Are there any upcoming Nintendo games you're excited about? Let me know in the comments below. I love discussing games with you all. And if this video helped you discover something new to play, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more gaming content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.